Hello friends, this is Scott, and I'm down here at the homestead, and I got my best friend Willow with me again. I'll see if this cat behaves itself today. But we're behind me here is my those cinder blocks that I brought down from Salt Lake that I use for my in-ground compost bin, and I brought most of them down. I still have a few more to bring down, plus I've got some wall block that I'm going to use them for some other purposes. But yeah, we're going to get to work today on using these cinder block for building an above ground, or just on ground compost bin, just a static bin. You know, I've been showing you my hot compost, my worm compost, the chicken compost. Well, now we're just going to do a static bin where I have, you know, just stuff that's kind of bigger, more viney, things I really don't want to mess with. I'm just going to throw them in this bin and let them sit for a year or so, and then screen it out and make great compost that way. So yeah, I indicated early in some of my other videos that I'm going to be making compost a bunch of different ways down here, and here's one of the additional ways I'm going to do it. So put it on, just at ground level. I'll hopefully not have any tree roots or any other types of roots get into it. So sorry I'm a little stuffy today. I come up with a little bit of a cold. I thought I just got over one about a couple months ago, but now I got it back. So anyway, it's summer colds. They're always great. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. It's a nice evening. I think I'm gonna have a fire tonight, but I thought I'd come out here and get started on this bin. Again, I have a few more wall block to bring from my Salt Lake City residence, and then I got to fill in that big old hole, and so that's going to take a lot of dirt. So yeah, stay tuned for that fun. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. So anyway, well, let's take a look at where we're going to put it, and yeah, and let's see if we can get this thing put together. All these cinder blocks are not the same size, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little design build as I go to make sure that everything fits. And I do have a front cover that I've already made that I used up in Salt Lake. That I've got that, so I'll show you that here too. So I got to make it fit. So we'll see how this goes. Back in 2001, when I first built the static bin at my Salt Lake City residence, it was just an old trampoline hole. And again, I put in the sides, built those walls just to narrow it the hole a little bit, and put some decorative bark down. And that was when it looked its finest. Flash forward, we've tore that all apart, and I'll show you a little bit at the end of this video what the current status. But I've brought most of the wall block down, and we're going to put it right here, right next to the worm bin. I think it'll be a good spot for it. So again, there's the worm bin, and that's where I keep my leaves in that little round when I have any. I'm running low if totally out. My 3-bin compost system, and there's the front of the static bin that I brought from Salt Lake that I'll be using. And I'll show you how I'm going to put that on here as I build this bin. So yeah, I've been putting this off a little bit, but I've been bringing the block down, a few blocks every trip, and almost got her done. Almost got everything down here that I need for this project. But as you'll see at the end of this video, I need more, because I must have made this bin a little bit bigger. And yeah, I don't quite have enough to make it the full size that I want it to be. But yeah, I got a good start on it anyway. So, but I got, again, Willow's watching me. And as you see, I'm starting to swat things away there. And that's been a problem down here, is we're in wasp country, and yeah, these cinder blocks have just been a great place for these wasps to make nests. So you'll see as I'm building that I battle them a little bit. But I'm going to show you a close-up of kind of what I'm dealing with the wasps. And yeah, they're just the small colony wasps or the larger wasps. So they're not like yellow jackets where I would have got stung already. But yeah, they are a nuisance, and I have been stung by these. So yeah, it doesn't feel well. So anyway, keep on building. And again, I'm not too worried about how level this is. I want it to be, pretty level. But again, these blocks are different sizes, and the ground's a little uneven. But this is a temporary structure. I'll probably be moving this around when I decide to fully encompass a compost area more in the pasture. But I think for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put everything right here. Again, I'm making compost is the most important thing to get my garden beds up and ready. And I'll worry about a formal compost area, probably inside the pasture, maybe 10 feet, and redo some fencing and things in the coming year or years. But right now, yeah, I'm not going to get to that. I've got too many other projects to do. As you see, the cows are always interested. These are the 2 remaining, the 2 youngins, and they're coming to check out what I'm doing here with this new invention. And again, I'm going to be looking forward to this, because it's just a great way to make compost without doing any work. I'll just be throwing all the big stuff in here that I don't want to mess with and cut up, and just let it sit and rot. And again, I can make a big pile, and it's also another place to raise redworms. And so that's something else I'll be doing. So I'll have redworms obviously in the worm bin. I'll have them in the static bin, and I'll also have them in my hot compost bin. And I haven't yet introduced the worms into the hot compost. I'll be doing that shortly and showing you. And there's a reason why I haven't added them. So anyway, just putting in the front and just going back to the block and just kind of seeing, what shapes I have left here and what sizes, because I know I'm starting to realize I do not have enough block here. I know I do have some in Salt Lake that I have not brought down yet, but I don't think I have that much. So I may have to go purchase a few blocks, but I can do that if I want, or just make it not such a tall bin. Again, I like to keep my compost bins about 4 feet tall at the highest. So we'll see. We'll see how many I end up with and kind of keep that ratio up and going. But yeah, not a hard process, but I've been putting this off because it's just carrying blocks no fun. So anyway, but it's close. And again, hauling the stuff here was more of a pain than it was just moving it a few feet to build this bin. But we're getting down to what I have left here, not very much left. As you'll be able to see on this bottom layer of a block I've had sitting here, is you see a lot of spider nests and wasp nests. So yeah, I know I've got black widows down here, and I know I have brown recluse also. So yeah, I've got to be a little bit careful when I'm moving these types of materials, because again, I've seen them. They do exist down here. I've yet to be stung ever or bitten by a spider, but it's always the first time. And when I start messing with this kind of stuff is where I'm probably going to get it. But yeah, I'm just trying to adjust the fronts here so I can get that front put on and just see how that's going to fit. And again, in Salt Lake, it was in ground, and so I didn't have a front layer like this. Or if I did, I don't remember. It was buried in compost. So yeah, I don't remember. But anyway, it does fit, but I did pull the wall block up a little bit too close to the front, so I got to shove it back a little bit. And again, just a minor adjustment. But this front's seen better days. I've repaired it a few times, but it holds the material in. But you see, I've got to build up. That shows you how far I got to build up. And I don't have anywhere near the amount of block even what I have in Salt Lake. So yeah, I'll probably be purchasing a few just to get this bin up to the right height that I want it to be. But again, just interlocking the block, and again, they're not the same shape, not the same sizes, but just nothing fancy, just something that's going to hold material in for an extended period of time. And again, it'll be a great place to raise redworms and to make compost on the lazy and just letting it sit. All the stuff that I don't feed to the chickens or the cows, I don't want to mess with, I'll just throw in here. And I'll probably get some more of the horse manure from the pasture and do a base layer of that in here too to get started. So I'm looking forward to it. That's as much as materials I had, which isn't, again, anywhere near enough, but yeah, it's not that big a deal. But there's the gist of it, of how things are going to go. And this will be compost alley, compost row, and this will be the lazy way to make compost. I'll then more active as I go down the path there. But again, showing you static bin, worm bin, and then my 3-bin hot compost system there with the leaf storage next to it. And we're at the point where we're almost ready to put redworms into these bins. They've cooled down a little bit, so it's time. And then the other way I make compost up to this point is the chicken yard, and I throw a lot of weeds or grass clippings and things in here along with the wood chips, and they stir it up, and I'll be pulling that material out and running it through the compost bins also. So yeah, there's going to be about 4 ways to make compost, and I'm excited because I need it. And again, I'm in the middle of planting summer vegetables, and I do not have enough compost. I'm out of compost, and I'm out of leaves, so I can't even make any more compost at this point. So here we are. The cows are always interested. He's wondering, what the heck is this new invention? Every other invention I've had, there's been leaves in it to eat, so he's looking for those. But I was able to have a fire that night, and the evening cooled down. It was a warm day, but a nice cool evening. And I got to get, I'm a little bit worried about my wood supply because I think I'm almost out. As you see here, I don't have much firewood left. So anyway, I got enough firewood for years and years to come. So, and here back in Salt Lake, this is what I got left. And you see, there's a few blocks there, and some of them are kind of stuck in that dirt there, and I don't know if I'm ever going to get them out. Yeah, I don't know. I may just, they may stay there. When I fill this hole up, I'm just going to use it to fill up with any organic matter I have in my yard as I clean up my Salt Lake residence. Those wall blocks are coming down to the hobby farm or the homestead, and we're going to be using those for edging or for various projects. So I'll be hauling that stuff and getting this hole all removed, all the flagstone and everything. Just again, so as I clean up the yard, I can just throw all that organic matter in here, and I'll be bringing soil from a big pile of dirt. And hopefully we'll get this hole filled up by the end of the year. Stay tuned. Well, thanks for watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Thank you.